Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines, better known as the one-hand mechanic. If I can do it, you can too. Today we're working on a John Deere D105, and I'm going to show you, in my opinion, on how to install a transmission drive belt from the engine to the transmission. This is a 2-speed variable transmission, and it does have a large belt in the rear that we are not replacing today. I do not have a video on that yet. That may be up and coming if one comes in with a bad rear transmission drive belt. But we're doing the one today from the front to the rear, and we're also going to replace a couple drive pulleys. Now, as you can see, this machine does not have the mower deck on it. I will put a link in the description below on how to remove a D100 series mower deck, so all you guys out there can remove your mower deck and install it. We're going to go ahead and look at the tools that we need today. Okay, so from left to right, I always use my electric ratchet. You guys can use 1/4 inch, 3/8 drive, whatever you have. The 2 pulleys that I'm replacing here are the part numbers, because I'm pretty sure, and a lot of you guys ask me the part numbers for all these other machines out there, but I'm pretty sure the D105, there is only one made. It's a GX20287. This is a flat idler pulley, and like I've always said, the flat idler pulley goes on the flat side of the belt, and the V idler pulley, which is this one, goes on the V side of the belt here. So the V idler here is a GX20286. I have this marker for, I'm going to mark the steering so we can kind of get it back to the right spot when we're putting the steering wheel back on again. 8mm socket, 15mm socket, 5/8 socket, 19mm flashlight. The John Deere part number for the D105 transmission drive belt from the engine to the transmission is a GX24154. You can find all the part numbers for your John Deere at a John Deere website parts lookup. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have it up in the air so you guys can see what I'm doing. We do need to take off the drive pulley for the engine. There are fingers up here that are attached to the frame, and I highly suggest not using, don't bend them back out. Just take off your pulley. I've had pretty good luck in the last so many years. They've actually made the pulleys easier to come off again, so you can pull them off. We're going to have to take off the steering shaft because the belt is in between the steering shaft. We have to slide that up. You can see right here, this is what happened. The pulley wore, for some reason, the pulley wore on the edge, and then it dropped out of its guide. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put on the emergency brake. By putting on the emergency brake, it'll put everything in a loose position so you can take the drive belt off if it's still on there. And also it'll be helpful to take everything else apart. Now this belt right here, this is what happened. This flat idler pulley wore right here for some reason. Something might have got jammed up in there and wore it. So the belt just dropped down, and that's why. But the belt's not in good condition. We're going to go ahead and replace that. And we're also going to replace both these drive pulleys while we're here. This feels thin. The walls get thin because they're plastic. It's just a lot of time. I think this has about 197 hours on it. Now way back here is okay, so this is the variable drive transmission from John Deere. This belt right here is super big, super thick, and they don't wear out too often. As long as your variator is working properly, I haven't seen too many problems with these, and this is, I think this was going on 10 years old. So I did check it out, and the belt is in good shape. We're going to leave that go. There's nothing wrong with it, but we do have to get way back yonder. Okay, so this is really hard to see, but there is a bolt right back there. Okay, you see the head of that bolt? I'm talking to people. You're like, yeah, I see it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you can see the head of that bolt, it's an 8mm socket. That is the guide that holds this belt on the back. The nice thing is, it's an 8mm socket. That's probably the hardest part of this job. Okay, so I'm using a short, not a deep socket, and I did show you guys on the tools needed that, yeah, I was using a deep, but I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. Now, I thought maybe we could just leave that bolt in and then try to slide this belt out around it, but it's not working very well, so you definitely have to take the bolt out. Now, you got to be careful because there's a roller on it. I'll show you this right now. So that's it right there. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next spot. I'm going to go ahead and take both of these pulleys off. Should be 15mm socket. And the flat pulley goes here. The new V pulley will go here. Now, let me just show you up here at the top. Okay, so what you want to try to do is I try to leave my steering wheel as straight as possible with the wheels looking as straight as possible. And then what I do is I'll put a mark, silver mark on both the steering wheel and the column. That kind of keeps me in the right position. You don't have to do this, but that's just for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off this 19mm nut. And I hold the wheels just because I know this is going to probably go one way or the other. And that is a locking nut on here, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this one slot right here just to make sure I get it in the right spot. I have to be right there. Now this should pull down just like so. And this only goes on one way, okay? Okay, so while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and take off the pulley to the engine. That should be a 5/8 socket. And if we're in luck, we should be good. Oh, yep, sliding down. And now you have to remember that when you put the pulley back up into the engine, onto the engine shaft, right here you'll see an indent. That is where they put the indent for the key. Okay, that slides up onto the shaft. So when you put it back up in there, I align it and then it'll slide right on, so we're good to go. And we don't have to mess with those fingers whatsoever. So now we have to pull the steering wheel up and out of the way. I'm just gonna let you guys stay down here and watch the shaft come up. And I only want to bring it up just far enough that I can get that belt out. So I brought up about 3 inches, and that should allow me to bring it down. Okay. So the belt is out. I always recommend matching the old belt with the new belt. And this, the old belt's definitely stretched, but they are very, very close. So go ahead and we're gonna start where we left off with the steering. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up past the steering. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here and just hang it over the engine crankshaft for now, just to keep it stationary so it doesn't fall down. Now you just have to make sure that the one side of the belt's on the one side of the belt's on your side, so your shaft for your steering is gonna come through here. And then I have the alignment up top with the 2 dots, or the line that I have up top on the steering wheel with the magic marker lined up, and it looks good. And then we just have to make sure that we have the V of these gears inside this one little mark I made right there. So that should be exactly where it should be. And we're gonna have to put this on. Again, it's a 19mm. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to the rear pulley on the transmission. Okay, so I'm gonna put the belt around the pulley back here. Now I'm just gonna let that sit there for now because I'm not gonna put the guide in until I have tension on this belt. It'll make it a lot easier for me to put the belt guide in. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new V outer pulley and flat outer pulley on. Okay, so always remember, flat side of the pulley, flat side of the belt. And that's going to go down like this, like that. Now you can see the big difference. This one, just something got in there and really started wearing it. They do hold up really well. We usually don't have too many problems with them. V pulley and the V, slide up there. And you could put some never sees on these, but these we haven't had too many problems in so many years with these, so they come on and off. But yeah, if you have any questions, put some never sees on there. All right, so they're good there. Now I'm going to put the engine pulley on. So now the slot for the key is right there. We have to line it up with that shaft right there. All right. 5/8. Now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just double check to make sure that the belt is on the pulley in the back on the transmission, which it is. Now I'm gonna let the emergency brake off. That puts tension on the belt. So now we have full tension on the belt, okay? And everybody asks me, you know, so what's the, how do you adjust the belt tension? This is the spring right here is the belt tension. That's all it is. All right, so the way it's designed, these guys here really grab really well, and we've had no problems. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put that, gotta put this back on, back in the transmission. Hopefully we can get you guys a picture. I have to kind of go by feel. All right, so I'm gonna go in, just feel around where the hole is. But I got it started, and now the tedious process of tightening it up. Okay, that's all snugged up. Let's get a look at it. So that bolt right there with the guide, that's actually in. All right, tightened it up. I hope this helped you guys. It's a little tough to get a video on that, but there you go. So we got the steering nut taken care of. We have the engine pulley tight. We have both of our idler pulleys tight. Everything looks good. Everything's the way it should be. We're gonna go ahead and put it down, take it for a test run. Okay, so go ahead, fire it up. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, this person had this hooked up to his side discharge chute, and it's kind of, it gets down there and hangs things up. But I also noticed that right now we're in forward gear, and I think we should be up a little bit higher. And then neutral, and I noticed when I went to push it one day, it won't go in neutral, and it's because this right here, you can see this, right, this is slots, and we can adjust this back. So the neutral is like, I think right there. Don't forget, you still have to pull out the transmission rod here. Even though this is not a true hydrostatic transmission, you do have to pull that out. And now it's in neutral. Now watch what happens when I put it up a little bit. Okay, we're actually in gear, but I have the transmission locked out. So I push the rod back in again, and then we're locked in gear in neutral. This should roll, even though with this out all the way, the transmission is not in neutral. Transmission is in neutral right there. Okay, and we're gonna have to adjust this. That's forward position, and the rear position is all the way back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to bring this back a little bit, and it looks like that might be a Torx head. Okay, so this is a Torx 25. I'm just gonna loosen this up, and we're gonna move this. I think I'm gonna move it back to about there. Yeah, that should be it. So I moved it back about halfway. Just snug them up. Yeah, it's more centered up, and there's your neutral. So gear forward, neutral, gear back. Yeah, so that's much better. So you can adjust this, and that's the whole reason why it's there. So that pretty much sums it up for how to install a transmission drive belt, the front transmission drive belt on the D105. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.